A disposable ballistic turret is a 6 telecrystal purchase available only to Syndicate agents. Looks and functions like a normal electrical toolbox. Upon hitting the toolbox, it will transform into a ballistic turret, theoretically shooting at anyone except members of the Syndicate. Can be turned back into a toolbox using a screwdriver and repaired using a wrench. Once you purchase it, it will literally be a toolbox that spawns directly in your hand. There is nothing suspicious about this at all. It does the usual 12 damage of a toolbox. Inside, it'll even have the same tools as a electrical toolbox. There is nothing that indicates that there's anything wrong with this. However, the second you hit it with the weapon, which you could literally hit it with the crowbar that is supplied in the toolbox, it will turn into a turret and drop all of the goodies on the ground as well. But for 6 telecrystals, you get a 50 shot disposable ballistic turret that is in full auto and shoots 2 bullets a second. It actually uses 35 auto, which do 16 piercing, meaning that the turret has a theoretical DPS of 32 a second if every single bullet lands. These turrets are actually pretty damn accurate at hitting moving targets and have a decently far range. So I'm currently 10 tiles away, which is basically off screen. It's literally hidden in my UI element. And if I were to step to 9 tiles away, it will start targeting me. And it will actually keep shooting like past it at this, even like when you're leaving the tile. So it doesn't get extra range, but it can keep hitting you even if you run out of a safe distance. Its tracking is actually really good. I'm basically was full speed and it hits most of its shots. So if you get in direct range of a turret and you don't have cover or a good place to run to quickly, you're going to get severely injured or die. And now you have to think about it. If your body is still in visible sight line of the turret, anyone who tries to rescue is also going to get shot at. In order to counter turrets, you can use things that are tall like lockers and kind of just push it in front of you to push up to the turret. So that's something to keep in mind, is that it will hit the locker, but even then, lockers aren't infinite durability, so this turret, if it has a lot of ammo, this is only going to be a temporary solution. The really neat thing about the disposable ballistic turret is that if you use a screwdriver on it, you will unpack it with a fairly lengthy do after. It's a few seconds, but if you're doing this, you probably shouldn't be trying to do this in the middle of combat. If you manage to unpack it, you can pick it back up, put it anywhere else that you want, so if the position's bad or you just want to resupply it, this will actually respawn it with all of its ammo, and it will fix it. So you don't have to use just a wrench to fix it. You can still use your screwdriver. However, though, a wrench is faster at just fixing it. So if you're trying to just keep it alive, use the wrench. But if you're trying to resupply it and fix it and move it, use the screwdriver, which are pretty much provided in the toolbox itself. So it's kind of an all-in-one. For 6 TC, there is a lot of killing power in this thing. And, I mean, yeah, you just have to consider that the turret is really good at aiming. And this is a great, pretty cheap option to purchase if you're just trying to lock down an area or like retreat somewhere as a Syndicate agent. It does the fighting for you. So honestly, this is one of my favorite items in the game. Something that's worth mentioning, if you use smoke, it actually can't target people in smoke. So just another method of countering it. Also, something you have to be careful of as a Syndicate agent is that if you're using something like smoke, it is going to effectively block off your turret, but they might have a hard time remembering where it's at if they melee it or are trying to melee it. So something to keep in mind is that security could basically tear gas it and prevent your turret from getting any more shots off. The turret also only has 100 health, so it's really susceptible to getting sprayed down by like something like an SMG. But also, though, somebody who kills it with melee, the turret actually does explode. The damage isn't anything impressive, but it could potentially finish a low health person off, and meleeing it's not exactly ideal if you have the ability of shooting it. One other useful thing to mention with the turret is that you actually can use it for ammo. So if you have a pistol or a gun that uses 35 auto, you can literally use this as like a ammo farm. This will take forever and it's not that practical, but you can cycle the bullets out of the turret and use it to reload a magazine or something. So again, kind of reinforcing the whole like Syndicate den idea. This works really, really well with dehydrated carp, which are only 2 TC. Purchase that dehydrated carp, pet it by pressing Z, and then you can use your round start water bottle or something to actually wake up the fish, and the fish will be on your side. Protect the turret a little bit, and the turret does not target it because the turret does not care about AI mobs like that. So you can literally have a whole group of AI turrets, AI carp, lock down an area. You can deploy a turret and a carp in any position you're at, basically take over a department. And that's definitely why the disposable turret's one of my favorite items in the game, and carp are also one of my favorite items in the game. These two do all the killing for you, don't matter how good you are. Anyways, that's all I got. Thank you for watching.